and I'm super excited to be here. My name's Mac Dewey. Joining me in the casting booth for our match today is none other than Axman87. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing just fine, Max. It's our first time on the mic together, dude. I'm pretty excited about it. I know we haven't crossed paths. It feels like it's been a long time coming, so
Yep,
glad we
yeah.
finally get to do this here in the round of 16, the national championship. It's quite the place to have your first cast together, but we're going to get through it together here. We might be together, Mac, for the next 5 hours. Isn't that crazy?
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope so. The schedule's blocked out. This is League of Legends dedicated time, and we're hoping for some exciting matchups. But taking a quick look at what the heck we're covering, where are we at the bracket of the tournament? Again, we are in the round of 16. If you've been following along, this weekend and last weekend has been packed full of action. And looking at where we are at for this series today, we'll be covering on the top right SLU versus UC San Diego. Both teams coming through with a 2-0 victory in the round of 32. Now, the next round I think is critically important for either team that moves on. Once you get into top 8 acts, it is double elimination from there on out.
100%. You get an extra life in the tournament if you move forward from this position. That extra life could be huge for a roster like UCSD. We're going to move forward here into, I believe, today's schedule. Take a look at that. And we'll, look at all these matchups we got on today. I'm told that there's been times where there have been 3 series on at once, Mac, and we got a lot of folks on Twitter sharing their experiences watching all 3 at once. Some pretty funny screenshots.
I'm here for the multi-views and for everyone joining us for this match. We're super excited that you're joining us for the ride. Earlier today for today's action, the MEC faithful are a little down bad, but I hope to try and cheer y'all up as we get into our series. And for what all made this happen, actually, we're talking about 3 screens, people sharing the multi-view. It wouldn't have been possible without all the outreach and support from our lovely community. From the bottom of my heart, I know everyone is Salty Runback who's been organizing this. Thank you all so much for anything that's been contributed. As we continue on with the tournament, if you do find yourselves available for the donation center, we do have a GoFundMe still open. It's been right there on the link on screen here. And over the past few weeks, I've been floored by our extremely generous community. We'll have names above running all stream long. Again, want to say thank you to everyone who's been able to support.
100%. With that, I want to get into the main event. Today's matchup, we got SLU versus UCSD coming up for you here in just a little bit. Take a look at those logos. Good stuff. I like the trident for UCSD.
Right.
That's a cool little logo, Mac. Not bad at all.
And these two teams, they're familiar with each other because just last year it was the same matchup in the round of 16. So UCSD may be looking for a little bit of a revenge this time around, though. Axe, it is best of 5 between the two teams. So last year, SLU clean 2-0 sweep. UCSD longer series, gonna have more opportunities to show off just exactly how they've grown, because this is a roster. Taking a quick look at then versus now for the San Diego team, a lot of similar faces, but overall they're hoping to maybe make a difference here up in the top lane.
Yeah, they'll see just how much mileage you can get out of staying together as a team, that team synergy coming through. And, of course, the double top lane, giving them some the ability to call the audible, I would think, a little bit there, too. But very interesting team, 7-0 in the regular series, took down USC to get to this position. really, really good team, and we want to make sure we give them their flowers because they have made it very, very far in this tournament amongst a lot of very good teams, right? Taking down USC, taking down, oh goodness, other West teams. I know I cast one yesterday, the one that went 5-2. That was a solid roster as well. A lot of really tough teams they had to take down to get to this position in the tournament.
Yeah, and even looking just for a little highlight from last week's action, their first round matchup against the East 4 seed Boston University. Axe, I gotta tell you, I was casting this game, and me and Travi were losing our minds in the studio. The game won extremely close here, 47 minutes. This might have been the longest game in the first round. Look at this, San Diego storming in with a little bit of a base race around the Elder Dragon.
Yeah, it was a close one, too. Really like that they went for this push. It's so close. You can see everyone saying, stop the backs, stop the backs. And it just came right down to the wire. Really, a heck of a clip. I'm kind of jealous.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He gets one and then, game one.
That's a close clip. So you can see the type of thing they had to get through. I believe it's Boston University to get to this position in the tournament. But a lot of great clips from that series, too. We got one here of I think it's a hook from Protoss coming through. That one's pretty cool as well. Maybe we can pull that one up. I know lots of great playmaking potential. We already seen when we brought him up in the roster graphic. He's represented there by Thresh. There's a reason for that, man. Thresh is absolutely phenomenal.
And this was a close one again. Start of the season, or start of the tournament, really, for UC San Diego. Sometimes it feels like an entirely different season for these teams going from the regular season into the national tournament. It's a little jarring, and a lot of these guys, they've got a lot on their mind. They're thinking about graduating. They're thinking about, there it is, Protoss. So many things on your mind. It's hard to keep track of everything that's being thrown at you on the Rift, but kudos to the squad again. Second year in a row, making it into top 16. In that game, too, I want to give a little shout out to Clueless and Holden, who did their best to shut down Samakin, challenger mid laner, with their aggression in the early game. So curious if that's going to come out in this series against Slew. But thinking about, we talked about the flexibility of their top laners. You can call, coach can call the audible, and in this extended series, they'll have room for that sort of management shot calling to top laners. Axe, I feel like there might be one you're partial to here. Giga's been playing a lot of the Olaf recently.
Yeah, give me Giga. Come on. We got to see more Olaf in this tournament. I'm tired of the Rek'Sai, the Camille, man. Get it out of here. Want more of that Olaf. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. If we do get really any of these champions would be a joy to watch coming through from the UCSD top laners. But we just wanted to give you a little what to expect from maybe UCSD's top lane. But of course, moving forward into the other team in this contest, Mac, of course, it's St. Louis University, one of the biggest rosters, one of the heaviest hitters in the tournament. Here's that lineup comparison from last year. Strampus and Vital are out. I think some graduations might have been the reason for that. But in any case, the solo laners are replaced here by Darkwings and Surdy. And man, if you're going to sub in solo laners, it's a heck of a way to do it, Mac. I mean, they called in the finishers, baby.
This is a squad. They finished top 4. They've got a potential rematch ahead of them. If you saw on the bracket, their potential top 8 matchup is who knocked them out last time around. University of St. Thomas, the defending champions, Slew, hungry for a rematch with this new squad. Surdy and Darkwings having a great season so far, both in CLOL and out of CLOL. Surdy, NACL spring champion, into the top lane is going to be really fun to watch. And a lot of these Slew players have got the impressive resume. If they're looking for internships, Axe, I think they've got, we look here, some solid references to go off of.
Yeah, they certainly do. And also, fellas, you got to keep better track of your student ID cards. We found all of them somehow, just kind of left around somewhere. Make sure to stop by the booth after the tournament. We'll get you those back. But yeah, here's some references for you. All manner of amateur orgs, tier 2 orgs, LCS orgs that these players have played for previously. And some really solid references, maybe to move up into the LCS. I know a couple of these players are certainly of that caliber, Mac. Would
Yeah.
love to see them
Yeah.
move up into the Tier 2 and even Tier 1 echelon there.
And for now, we'll cover their journey here in CLOL. One final test ahead of them here for the 2024 season. I get so excited come tournament time because this is where I really think the college stars can shine, and it's so fun to, as we kind of talked about before, you got 3 streams of action. Everyone wants to follow along all of these exciting stories and see just how far their favorite team can go. It's the North's 2 seed versus the West 2 seed here today, Axe, and we've got some predictions for how we think it's gonna go. And Slew, with their performance last year, the upgrades they've come in with, unanimous across the board. We might not be very optimistic, but we're hoping UC San Diego can prove us wrong here and give us a good series. I'll be looking at Holden in the mid lane on picks like the Silas X. He's been known to go off and, especially in the early game, put the pressure on.
Certainly has been. I know I kind of had a similar prediction yesterday, and CU Black totally proved me wrong. They came
Yep.
out swinging. They're from the West Conference too, I believe. So that was really cool to see them do it. Hey, maybe UCSD has got something that I haven't seen. Would love for them to show it to me here, but I gotta call you out, Mac. I'm plenty positive, man. I'm positive about SLU. I'm positive about the future of NA. I think this team is gonna show everybody that we got plenty of talent left still in this region. It's just
Yeah.
all in collegiate now.
They made the move. Hey, I'm all about getting the going back to school, learning stuff. It's a really positive environment, honestly. Some of the gaming arenas on campuses have I love seeing everyone's reaction when they first walk in, because it's so, a lot of them I feel like are unassuming on the outside, and then it's like going into a completely different world. So the collegiate space, very close to my heart. Love what a lot of the colleges have been able to put in and build up into the experience. And when you pair that with awesome tournaments like this, it's really, really fun to see, what kind of magic we can make happen.
It certainly is. I'm all about the magic here, Mac Dewey, and I'm looking forward to this game 1 draft. I think we're going to get fireworks coming out of that one, especially from the top lane. For me, I got to look at Surdy, man. One of the players that a lot of folks in the scene have been calling the best player in this tournament. Somebody that we've wanted in the LCS for a really long time. I think he deserves his spot, and we get to see him. It's almost like a show match, right? You get to see what he does, what he's playing, how he's playing on this roster here, too, before they move up into top 8.
Yeah, what's the big deal with this guy? Surdy coming through, and the highlight reels on YouTube, I think, can kind of speak for itself, and being able to see it live and see what Slew's able to do with it, because it is honestly, I think, a bit of not really a challenge for the team, but it's an interesting thought process with rosters changing so much. How do you best utilize the new players? And Surdy has made that job really easy to figure out for the Slew coaches, saying, hey, don't worry about me, I'll take care of your business all on my own up in the top lane. UC San Diego, we talked about it before, a bit of flexibility in that top lane, and they're going with Nocturo to start off the series. It's actually how they started off the series last week as well. So he played the Skarner last week. I don't know if that will make it through pick and bans. Seen also been able to pilot the Rek'Sai, the Camille, as well as the Rumble. So will be interesting how UC San Diego is able to utilize their top laner in this pivotal matchup, because ideally for the San Diego fans, they want to see Surdy not getting oppressively ahead in what has been arguably his lane kingdom.
100% there. And we should get that draft up here in just a little bit, folks, and stay tuned while we get that up for you here. I believe I got a note from production earlier. We haven't told the folks out in the audience yet, Mac, have we? About the UCSD top laner.
Oh no, yep, Nocturo starting.
Yeah, so Nocturo starting.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be good stuff. We don't get the Olaf, but that's okay.
You'll have to
It's
wait.
okay.
Wait for. Sometimes they like to even like Nocturno. Hey, had a great game, won. Sometimes they like to throw in Giga just to mix things up, make draft a little bit more interesting. I believe San Diego starts on the blue side with Slew on the red side. So Slew will have that red 5 counter pick to maybe save for Surdy. And again, I'm curious if the Skarner will maybe sneak through draft Axe and he'll be able to kind of go with that. Skarner, those tank champs feel like safe options into the scary Surdy. So it will be interesting to see kind of what they go with. And starting on blue side, what's going to be the first pick priority for UC San Diego?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I feel like you go with the top laner, right? You try to
Mm-hmm.
lock in something first pick off the top end. Maybe the Rumble could be good for them there with the first pick, but very easily. We've seen a lot of the tournament. Maybe teams default more towards the mid lane first pick.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some Orianna. A couple times there's been really huge draft prio on Talia and Azir, so those could be first pickable there as well. But I know for both these teams, it seems like there's kind of a focus towards playing through your bottom lane. So that could be a big focus there as well. The Varus, really important pick for teams in the meta right now, but also just double lethality bot lanes, double ranged bot lanes, Callista Ash lanes, things like that, where you're making use of Halo Blades. Those could also play a role in this particular series as well. It's a long series, like we mentioned, right? Potentially go up to 5 hours, so we can see all kinds of things.
I think it was just yesterday on the CU Boulders stream. Did they have a Callista Senna game for the double lethality as well? Bot lane's in a really weird spot. I saw Tarek support
Yeah.
as well come through. You got a lot of options, and people can get really creative in trying to shut it down. Chizomasi last week putting a lot of priority on, hey, these games are going to go late. I want to be on some of these late game hyper carries that can take over fights. So it was a Felios Jinx priority, but if you feel comfortable being more aggressive in the early game, these lethality builds can kind of creep in and make you think twice about going for picks like the Aphelios.
Yeah, it certainly can here. It looks like we're into the draft now, Mac, and we'll start talking about that first round of bans that Talia we already talked about coming through.
Tough.
Yeah, real tough there for him. Honestly, what are the odds we get the Thresh ban? I know that's a champion that can really make a difference when we look at being able to come back into a game. I feel like for Slew, that might be something you want to deny from UCSD.
And especially with, I think, how well it serves to go into picks like the Nautilus, makes it kind of tricky to go for a pick like that, the Thresh. You have that flay in the matchup, that flexible, or like it's not like a Mexican standoff. They both got hooks ready and pointing, waiting for whoever's going to use it first. So if you want to put that, I see a lot of teams able to get Nautilus on red side because your blue priority pick, like you said, is either going for mid lane or ADC. So for going into the kind of scaling picks that Shizomasi like to come through with, I'm worried about Slew getting a power early support for Skytech like the Nautilus, but who knows Axe what Skytech's got in his bag of tricks. We know he's got the buy support and early pioneer in that pick. The meta sometimes seemingly doesn't apply to what Skytex has got going on in draft.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Twisted Fate banned out. Both of those lethality ball laners banned away there, too. So there's no Hobbin, Mac. And you know I'm going to miss the Hobbin in this game for sure. Kind of leaves us with like Senna, Jinx, up in that position. I think we talked a little bit about Aphelios. Maybe could be coming through here, R1, R2 for SLU. That first pick, of course, not still a lot of question marks there for UCSD. We talked about Skarner, could be the angle here. Having trouble populating the app, it looks like. And those bans will come through probably all at once. Nope, one at a time. Skarner ban out now. Just like we talked about. I think that didn't get banned a single time yesterday in the CU Boulder series, which was very funny because it always dominated. It just always won, which is pretty messed up. But Senna banned out now. That leaves, honestly, B1, dude, Jinx looking real good right now.
Yeah, why not? Even though the Varus would likely be the response, Slew may be okay to handshake that and say, "Hey, Varus, we can also go lethality." We're getting it to the chess, not checkers of draft, which I'm a big fan of. Especially top 16 CLOL. This is where the teams are going to be leveling up, and even in draft, you got to come in with all you got. Best of 5 makes that even more tricky in the draft. What do you want to maybe save for later? What's going to be the pick early on? And but I agree with you. We actually see, hey, there's the Varus priority first, and Slew says, hey, we'll take that Jinx all day. So Shezomasi actually, depending on what the rest of the draft looks like, right? Actually can maybe go for either lethality build that can do a lot of poke damage, or late game Varus, Blade of the Rune King, Rage Blade, a lot of percent health HP if Slew opts for a lot of tanks that, gonna try to hold the wall.
Yeah, they'll be holding the wall all right. That's for sure. Got some more picks coming through for you. R2, I mean, it's been everything from jungle to mid to support in the tournament so far. Really just a focus on where you want to play through. Here, I think maybe get something for Winnie. Get something that Winnie can use to take into UCSD. Now, what that is, honestly couldn't tell you. He's got unlimited options here. Just the Skarner taken off of his play. Rek'Sai's up potentially. Yeah, Vi up there as well. Could go for that. Yeah, maybe a flex pick. Maybe. Vi gonna be locked in. Then we'll get some picks from UCSD. I think with the Varus, we go for like Nautilus. What are you thinking?
Something to help with the early game. We were talking with Hawk before the stream, and I'm trying to keep it in the front of my mind. He was like, big warning, Winnie loves to dive bot early. And so with the Vi, that's a really good tool. Aaron on the Jinx going to be able to support that. So what's going to help keep Shezomasi and Protoss afloat? I think something like the Nautilus would be awesome. Brand, maybe for Holden? Do you think we get Brand Jungle here? Is that going to be for King Clueless? I've been seeing, shout out my Briarcliff boys from MEC. It was a lot of Brand mid for Camera, and I haven't seen as much Brand Jungle.
No, I haven't seen very much Brand Jungle. A lot of solo queue tape on it. Or I guess not tape, a lot of solo queue data on it. That you can look up there. A lot of junglers playing that. Nico now picked up. I think that's got to be for Holden. I'm thinking we go Brand down the bot lane to support. Double ranged bot lane could be really strong here for UCSD, getting them some dominance down in the bot lane. But see how that develops. Nico locked in. This is Holden's, right? It's got to be.
Yeah, I think so. And as we were talking about, now Shippy likes to talk about a lot of like trauma bans. I have trauma just from Nautilus getting picked in general because of how it seems teams have been so effective on the pick and like getting easy hooks, that leading into easy kills. Slew, I think the Nautilus is right there, and we're getting a lot of what we want out of this draft potentially, and don't have to go too crazy with it. UC San Diego though, they're firing on the creativity cylinders, and what I do like about the double range matchup, a whole lot of poke makes it potentially tricky for Aaron to play early on the Jinx. And hey, how's Winnie gonna look for bot dives if your bot lane's just getting sent back to base constantly because of the sheer amount of poke? And as we get into the second phase of bans, we're gonna see Slew target Nocturo up in the top lane a little bit, I believe, and then UC San Diego hoping to limit Darkwing's mage pool.
Yeah, you take away those top laners from him. Camille up there. Rumble, of course, was a Nocturo pick as well. There could potentially be the bans going into him there. As far as what he plays right now, it's looking like they're going to make him blind something into Surdy. Let that sink in. Holy cow, it's been out there for hours, but it could be pretty much anything, right? I mean, what would you blind into Surdy? I think maybe Yumi, maybe try to play cute a little bit. Maybe he'll show some mercy.
Uwu,
yeah,
don't kill me. Just
it could work.
See us.
I mean, what are you trying? I don't know.
Oh, there's the Nautilus coming through. We did think, hey, why not go for that? Slew heard us and, hey, yeah, it's a pretty good idea, casters. We'll try to true up that top lane. But thinking about the top lane matchup, I'm a big fan of the Rumble early on. Don't have to worry about mana. You just press Q and try to burn the minion wave, and then you got Equalizer later on to hopefully have a big impact in the team fights. So I hope we get some Nocturo Rumble Axe.
Yeah, 100%. That could be really good for them here. We'll say they do have a ton of magic damage built into the composition right now, which would is like not the best.
We just all build Magic Pen, right?
Yeah, if we just build Magic Pen, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Gnar going to be the lock-in here. That's the blind for Nocturo. He takes it in. Some much-needed front line. Very difficult champion to play there in the late game. Got to get some good looks. Meanwhile, it's Surdy on Rumble. Wasn't expecting this at all.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of magic damage on Slew X, and getting that AP damage up in the top lane, you don't need it for the mid, and Skytech, hey, whatever you feel comfortable with, Azir totally works. Been seeing the Grasp of the Undying Azir earlier today, to, sustain through lane. You don't need the additional damage, I guess, and hey, you're going to be tanky and benefit from getting that additional health.
I think Surdy wants to burn them alive, and that's about what I expected from, actually, thinking about it now. No Mercy Surdy. That's what they call him back on the farm. The Azir lock-in for here for Darkwing's really important playmaking potential from that champion, and honestly just solid all-around champ in the meta right now. That Aurelia, is that locked in? Is that Aurelia for Nocturo? Maybe? That would put the Gnar somewhere else. Not 100%. Maybe Aurelia down the middle lane. What are we thinking? It's definitely Brand jungle, right?
It has
Nico
to
support?
Be. It has nobody else can jungle.
No one else can jungle. I'm gonna pitch it, right? Gonna pitch it. It's gonna be far. Gnar top, Brand jungle, Aurelia mid, Varus bot, Nico support. Everything's
That's
fine.
The draft.
Everything's fine. It's gonna be okay.
The dog with the room on fire. Everything's fine. We're
this
chilling.
Is fine. This is fine. I thought you were gonna say the dog in the airplane that goes like bop 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 bop. Because it's also like that. That's what this draft is like as well. Darkwing's on the Azir in the mid lane. I think he's got a lot to contend with in terms of things that are coming for him in this middle lane. I mean, the Aurelia is very high octane, can get on top of you very quick. Really good setup for the Brand as well. That can blow you up very easily. Also, Nico on the roam. This is a double range bot lane into a range engage bot lane, which means you should have some dominance over where the wave is going. That gives you a lot of good timers for roaming, or has the potential to anyway. But we're getting the draft here. We'll get into the game, here in just a little bit. Mac, what do you think of these comps? What are you thinking?
I am terrified for the UC San Diego bot lane. We'll see if they can survive and utilize the double range to take down Slew. Here we go, Summoners. Welcome on to the Rift for the round of 16 CLOL action. UC San Diego, the West's 2 seed, takes on St. Louis, the 2 seed from the North.
You know, Mac, thinking about it now, I think UCSD might take home the trophy for having everybody have their name on their account. And I appreciate that. As a caster, I do. Two Wolves is still Surdy, by the way, everybody. It's not a last-second sub. Same thing for Winnie and Darkwings in the middle lane, but Aaron Skytech coming through for you with their names on the accounts. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate that. Making my job easy.
And we did see Surdy start off with some funny first buys, but he does take that back, going for the Doran's Ring. Doesn't need the mana, but hey, the health and ability power really going to help things out. And Axe, I got to give you credit, right on the money. Darkwing not going for the niche little Grasp of the Undying cute build. He's not messing around with any of those. Conqueror Azir, he's going for the damage, looking to be a huge playmaker. As junglers starting on the opposite side of the map, but Surdy's late ward, I think, going to provide some info for Slew to operate with in the early game.
As predicted, double-ranged bot lane, controlling the slave pretty effectively here. This is going to push for him a little bit first sequence. They're trying to crash on 3, but Skytech connects the hook.
He's going to be looking for those all day. And this double range for Shezomasi, it's not holding. Oh gosh, I'm going to get it. Protoss is going to make me confused looking down in the bot lane with all the shape shifting. It is interesting though. I feel like you can take better advantage of the wildness that Nico provides a bit better in the support role, because you can roam around and fake a jungle gank, and surprise, it's actually Protoss on Nico. But Winnie making his presence known makes it a little bit harder for Holden to go for that trade, as Nocturo getting burned down the ignite. Surdy talking about no mercy. Meganar, the necessary defense, and that pot keeps him alive.
That's wild, dude. It's already happening. The flamethrower in the top lane. Does anybody smell that? It smells like Nocturo's on fire. Holy cow. Somebody get up there and help him. Holden misses the sun. Darkwing's not caught out that early. Yeah, could you imagine calling in Darkwings on the heels of Strompest? And Darkwings is like, all right, I'm here, upgraded mid laner, let's go. And the plays tank is here. No way, this is the
not what we signed up for, but a gank in the bot lane. Clueless trying to help things out, but the hook underneath the turret. Protoss gets caught. Nocturo's still on fire. I'm getting whiffs already. The arrow from Shezomasi, not enough. Skytech survives in small disaster here for San Diego in the early game. Clueless still trying to clean things up. Axe, can he get in on the bird party? No! Skytech survives! Unbelievable! Shezomasi the next to fall as dominate the early game.
Oh, I was about to give it up for UCSD that haven't playing aggressive. I think there's something honorable in that, but man, oh man, Sloop killed that thought even as it was coming out of my mouth. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, they kill everybody. And it's not particularly, well, I guess we can say it's close. Skytech had maybe 10 health there on the backside. Good effort from UCSD, but unfortunately, not quite enough here. We'll see if Nocturo has any more luck. Half his health is gone, Mac.
He's overheated, and it's another kill up in the top lane. He got boots of Swifties just to keep moving on, not try to get slowed down by the boulder or the boomerang. Surdy's not slowing down at all.
This looks like a North Conference regular season game where SLU are trying to win the game as fast as possible. Everyone's got Swifties. Honestly, I'm surprised Aaron isn't on Tristana right now. This game is going quick. Darkwing's potentially caught out.
Lots of action early on, but a good flash. Clueless missing out on the CC just a little bit there. Surdy, no way he can go for this. He's got a
Surdy has not backed. He is not backed yet.
Here we go. He's going for it again. First harpoon, and the second one misses. He's just going to have to back off, but the wave is not in a good spot for Nocturo. Axe, he's got to get that pushed in.
Okay, you got to shove this one in. Unfortunately, that next wave is crashing here in just a little bit. I believe this is a cannon wave as well. Yeah, we're seeing that cannon wave move
Level
right
6.
up. Yikes. Good movement.
Can he do it? Trying to burn it down. Nocturo low, trying to survive. No summoner spells. Harpoon, Arcane Comet! And cool guys
That's
don't
tough.
look at their explosions. Meanwhile, the bot lane, Skytech, will he go down finally? UCSD get what they were looking for after so long, but Winnie now coming in. He saw this one coming. Aaron, Dosey, Doan, he's on a killing spree. Winnie dishing out so much damage. Aaron's getting excited about how this early game is going. It's a triple kill for the SLU ADC.
Now that is what we were looking for. Aaron up 5-0, taking the reset, maybe full buying an item. We'll see what he's looking for here in a little bit after he crashes this one. Keep in mind, folks, that's a cannon wave. That's going to hurt real bad. But are we still talking about cannon waves? I don't know. We're up 4K gold. Maybe we're just talking about the end of the game here now at 7 minutes. Where do we think this game is at in 10 minutes, Mac? Give me the prediction. Get your bowls out. Put the water in. What's going on?
My crystal ball sees a giant purple monster dancing around the Nexus? What on
Holy
earth?
cow.
Skytech, meanwhile, Hook catches the hop. Surdy is on a rampage.
Surdy's absolutely on a rampage. Man, oh man. He's killing everybody. 4 kills up in the top side now. He's about to have his first item as well, Mac.
Winnie's level 6.
Winnie. Yeah,
As
he's
he
up here
catches
now.
the right Nico, he's just going to use
Wow.
the ultimate with the zap is enough to secure the kill, and the Onslaught X is continuing.
UCSD undefeated in their regular season in the West Conference. Probably not used to playing games like this, but they got tools to come back. They got CC built in the composition. Oh,
All
boy.
of these clutch ultimates. Holden's taking turret aggro underneath the turret. Skytech's Ignite, not enough to finish off the kill, trying to get in range. Darkwing looking for that one last WQ. Clueless trying to get down into the bot lane.
Oh, they got Aaron.
Finally
Wow.
gets shut down. Gotta be careful playing up that far without your support, right, Axe? You gotta have your supervisor with you.
No, you absolutely do need your supervisor. You need the shot caller with you there as well. That shutdown gold, I believe, goes over to Shizumasi. There is only 2 kills on the UCSD right now, so I got a 50% chance of being right. Here's Holden on the
Dashing.
Darkwings.
Moving. Can he get it?
Whoa,
Yes!
he got him! Wow! That's a tremendous effort there from
No
Holden
way.
Rockets
Ain't
out!
no way.
Here he comes!
Boom!
Oh, it got him!
Unbelievable! Shout out our observer for getting that snipe from
Wild.
the parking lot across the map. And you're still in danger. Aaron popping off 6-1-2.
Yeah, they don't teach you that at the academy. That's all experience there for Aaron. Grubb started up now by Winnie. He'll get these uncontested because at this point for King Clueless, where are you fighting Winnie? And why are you fighting Winnie, dude? Get out of there, man. But Winnie will take these down, maybe dragging up here in just a little bit. But yeah, we got that 3-minute timer up in the top left of your screen. Maybe that's a potential place that UCSD can fight back. But it's one heck of a fight at this point. 4K gold up for Slew.
3-level difference up in the top lane. Surdy having his way with things, but outside of the top lane, the experience relatively close. Looking at the gold difference, looking at mid, Holden's actually holding down the fort, trying to keep this one close. A highlight onto Aaron, close to 5,000 gold. He's got that first item completed already. Looking and ready for the next fight, as you mentioned before. Dragon a little ways away, but Clueless down back in the top lane. Nocturo, can we get a lane swap for my guy up here? He's not having fun against this Rumble. Equalizer slowly but surely coming off a cooldown. He's getting angry. He's mad as the Hulk transforms, trying to look for the flash, catches Winnie, but not taking turret damage. They're dancing around beautifully, and this is what we like to see from the high performers. That was beautiful dive management right there.
Yeah, it really was. Surdy putting on a show out here. Winnie helping him out do that as
Ain't
well.
no way.
Teleport. Back
He's
in
got
for
Equalizer.
Nocturo.
Low health bars. They're going to try to do it again. Can they pull off the back-to-back, the punch? Knocking him out. Surdy survives. He just keeps coming up,
What?
and they keep sending him back to base, Axe.
That's a single-digit health bar if I've ever seen one. Man, oh man. That's real close. And once again, you just don't teach that in League of Legends class. You got to learn it out there in the field. King Clueless is looking for the dive once again. Mac, I'll let you take this one early.
Reinforcements not arriving, but again, Protoss getting hooked underneath the wall. The range champs Holden's going to try to come in, but the cavalry's arrived. Winnie at the right place, right time. Aaron, he only knows one direction. That's going forward. Skytech flashing over. They want to keep going. No ultimate on Winnie. It's going to be a tough type to keep on going. Skytech surviving the burns as Winnie's going to take down his jungle counterpart. The zap from Aaron connects. Shizumasi forced to flash on out of there, and the UCSD dive, they lose 3 members in that exchange, and all of the Slew squad stay alive, keep on building up that gold lead.
Yeah, Protoss went down quick too. That was incredible effort there from Aaron. Only stopped up by a couple abilities there from King Clueless. Able to mitigate a little bit of the damage, but otherwise Slew with a total victory in the bot lane. Another failed dive. And like you said, really good dive management. See if Nocturo gets this one. It's got the sun. King Clueless is here.
CC chain underneath the turret into the shutdown X. They've got a death
Good stuff.
onto Surdy. And huge there for morale, for gold as well. A big shutdown, but the Emperor's Divide comes out in the mid lane. Dashing through the soldiers is not going to be enough as Winnie gets another 307 on the Vi, participating in a lot of these kills, helping set up the team for success, and now moving immediately down to the Dragon, where his bot lane's got priority, and Aaron Skytech just going to keep on pushing in.
Yeah, they'll keep pushing here. Got a little timer as this wave crashes in. They'll use it to move up. Kind of hover Dragon a little bit. You see Darkwing's in the area here too. Slew still playing it close, playing it disciplined, and playing this one out well. It seemed like they started out playing for time. Now it just kind of seems like they're locking in. Not necessarily going through the motions, but just executing.
With the rocket into the bot lane, Aaron picks up another kill, his 9th of the game.
Wow.
As the zap once again. Aaron's on his sniper energy, catching out so many. Skytech's just going to finish that one off. 3 Void Grubs going to help melt down this turret. Slew continuing to build on the gold lead. 7,000 here at the 13.5-minute mark. Holden, maybe a pick. Surdy's got to be careful. He's been having a great early game, but they're sending reinforcements up to the top lane now. Holden looking for one more dash, but can't quite find it. The slows were there, and it was enough for Surdy to skirt on out of there.
Really good stuff from Holden so far. I know the stats don't look too good, but some of the plays he's making are really important, and looks like he's got a good head on his shoulders in terms of rotation there too. It's pretty important when you're trying to overcome this 10K gold lead that Slew have established. But we're still got another 3 minutes left on your 10-minute prediction. You said Dancing Rift Herald at the Nexus. And I'm thinking maybe Slew can get that done. They got to stretch a little bit, though.
Still got some time until that, right? Rift Herald did just spawn out on the map. San Diego, unable to pick up any of the Void Grubs. Meanwhile, Surdy did use Equalizer before. No ultimate. Proto's taking a whole lot of turret damage. He's already out of the fight,
Holy
trying to find
moly,
the damage.
what?
Surdy's found him underneath. He may be down, but he's not out. Finally burned away. Unbelievable. A 3-man dive. And he turns the tables as the inhibitor turret up in the top lane. UC San Diego acts. They're sending 3 members up top where they got to worry about the base.
Yeah, the base is gone on reset there, Mac. But somebody's got to clip that clip of Surdy. It's looking like a wild animal in a cage, just flailing around. The flamethrower spraying all over the place. Gets 2. I think he missed that 3rd one and ends up going down. But I would have just died instantly, man. The guy, he's making the magic happen in the top lane right now. 7-2-2. Massive Rumble game here for him. But 2 minutes now. We need that Rift Herald. I think in the next 30 seconds or so, if we want Dancing Rift Herald at the Nexus. I don't know, Mac.
The
It
hook
could happen.
through the stun into the
Big
rocket.
rocket.
Aaron picks up another one. He's feeling unstoppable. He's got 2 completed items. They're going to be pushing into the mid lane as Winnie starts up on the Rift Herald.
Okay, I like it. We're still diving. 34, and Aaron follows.
So much damage from the Jinx, getting excited. Mega
Whoa!
ultimate flashing from the stun. Equalizer's gonna limit the rest of the team as Nocturo goes down. Looking to go even further. Darkwing has joined the fray with his teleport. A lot of wave clear with these ranged champions. I wonder if Darkwing has his turret available. I'm not super sure. Winnie's still working on the Rift Herald. Skytech looking for yet another hook. He's been having an awesome game on the Nautilus support.
Big
There it
hook.
is again. Manifesting it for him a little bit. Aaron safe in the back line, not under any danger. And Winnie's going to be coming in. Nocturne teleporting in for another death. Again, Rift Herald now going to be able to be used potentially. There it is. After the ace, Slew get a clean takedown of the UC San Diego squad. And they're going to be breaking this game wide
Mac,
open.
did you call this? If you called this, man, I need those magic. What did you say? Crystal ball? I need that crystal ball, dude. I have use for it.
Aw.
There's no Dancing Rift Herald, but you called it, brother. 17 minutes and pushing to end.
One more last-ditch effort. A lot of members going down. Aaron's still getting excited, though, in this one. He's going to try to kite around. Holden looking for the kill, but Aaron's excitement cannot be contained as Slew taking over game number one. One final stun puts him to bed. Surdy, low health bar, has to go ahead and back off. The game is going to keep on going for just a little bit more. Aaron, 15-6. Gets that Infinity Edge completed on the back.
You get the close-up of the bodies of our heroes from St. Louis. And they'll get them next time, boys, I'm sure. But heck of a push. Honestly, a lot of teams don't go for that one. And I'm glad we did. Your prediction almost correct, Mac, but maybe just an imperfection in that crystal ball of yours. Another dragon spawning in 15 seconds. I don't think it's really going to be contested. We might see Proto set up some vision for it, but other than that, it's just full health bars, full mana bars for Slew. They should be pushing to end once again.
Yeah, Axe, it's what I get for going to the dollar store for my crystal balls. I'm going to have to look for the premium upgraded super duper crystal ball. Maybe they got one on the web for me that I can see if I can get better results with these predictions. But Slew with this super wave Surdy equalizer ready. All the ultimates on the side of Slew ready to be utilized once again. All they got to do is point it in the right direction with Sky Tech on the Nautilus, Winnie on Vi. I'm worried about these carries, Axe, because it is tough out here. They're going to look for the final fight. The equalizer on top with the rocket, a big Pop Blossom. Protoss trying to keep the game alive, but Slew University will not be stopped behind the backs of two big performances. Surdy and Aaron, a double kill to finish this one off. Shezum Masi trying to stay alive in the fountain. Slew don't want to. I think he's going to be able to hide back in there. In game number one, under 20 minutes, 37 kills from St. Louis University here, and they're all about their business here. I don't think there's any tiebreakers in the national tournament, but I know they're used to that playing in conference play. Got to get in and out as quick as you can.
100%. Coach said if we get this one done in 17 minutes, we can go out for ice cream after the series. Couldn't get it that time, so unfortunately, maybe if we get it in game two, he'll let us go, but we'll have to see. I know everybody in the production room is probably a little shocked by that one. We all predicted 3-0. You, me, both are producers there too, and the Observer. But did we really think it was going to be that quick? I'm in the camp, no.
Yeah.
Maybe
that
thought
was
it would be
crazy.
a little bit longer there.
Unreal start to the series. Again, this top 16 matchup, it's best of 5. It's going to be a little extended. As you mentioned, X, we predicted 3-0s on the day. UC San Diego going to have an opportunity, regroup, get things straightened away. Hey, I've seen, game one's just a warm-up. Fingers aren't ready. They got, the little hand warmers ready to go. Trying to see if they can turn things around for game number 2. We're going to hop into a quick break as we get geared up and ready to go to keep on covering the CLOL National Tournament. Don't click out of that browser. We'll be right back.